Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work on let me get my lighting right. We're going to work on a pork chop potato bake. So it's technically not a casserole, but it is an oven baked meal. First thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees because we're going to need that later. But to start with, we're going to go ahead and get our pork chops ready. You're going to need 6 to 8, and I chose to do boneless because I didn't want my family having to try to get meat off a bone or anything like that for this. So I cut up 6 to 8, or you can already buy them cut, it's fine. Pork chops off of a pork loin roast, and I cut them 1/2 inch to 1/4 in width, rolling them in all-purpose flour, and then I'm just going to sprinkle them with some seasoned salt and pepper. As soon as I get my hands clean. Seasoned salt, a little bit of pepper. I've already cooked all of them but these last 3, and we're going to wait on this to finish. Now you're not going to cook these. You're just kind of browning them on the sides a little bit. They're going to finish cooking in the oven. And if you look at this, you can see, possibly, I'm not sure, they're still not cooked all the way. So we're just turning these over a couple minutes on each side, just to brown the edges just a little bit. And then we're going to stick them in the oven. So let me move the camera and I'll show you what we need to do next. Okay, y'all, so let me go ahead and mix up the sauce for this real quick. You need a can of cream of mushroom soup. You're going to need about 1/2 cup of milk. Any type will do. Hoping this bowl will be big enough. 1/2 cup of sour cream. So I'm just going to eyeball this. That's about right there. A couple of tablespoons of parsley. I'm just going to do a few teaspoons of parsley. Don't want to get it all that. And 1 envelope of onion soup mix. Add that right to it. Stir all this up. Let me get my whisk. I miss this because it would be so much easier combining everything. Okay. Put these before I forget, because I forgot. Put these pork chops real quick. Wait to cut the burner off. Alright. Alright, the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need about 6 rather large potatoes, russet potatoes. We're going to slice those real thin and put them in a 9x13 baking dish. So let me get that ready real quick, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, y'all, so I'm trying to show you this. Let me move this the way so you can see. Okay, so I sliced 4 large potatoes because I didn't want it to be too much potato. And they weren't gigantic, but they were pretty large. So I did 4. I left the peel on. They're russet potatoes. You can do up to 6. I would say 4 to 6, depending on the size of the potato. Slice them as thin as I possibly could. Put them in a sprayed 9x13 pan. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the sauce we made and we'll pour it over this. And we're going to bake these for about a half an hour. You're going to take them out. You're going to put your halfway cooked pork chops on there. And you're going to let that finish. Finish the cooking process. And hopefully this is going to turn out delish. Typically does. So just try to make sure that sauce is on everything best I can. Okay. There we go. All right. 30 minutes uncovered. And then I'll pull it back out and we'll put the pork chops on and finish cooking those. So I'll be right back with you to put these pork chops back on. Half an hour. Okay, y'all. So I've cooked this about 30-35 minutes. They're a little bit tender. I'm going to go ahead and place these pork chops on top. I really don't like that they're naked, but I'm a little bit worried about them drying out. Now, the recipe tells you to cook them another hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to do 45 minutes. So use your best estimate. One thing I would do, cook 45, check it and see if possibly they're already done. You need the meat finished, which if it's boneless, it's going to be. For sure. You don't want it too dry, though. And then the potatoes, you want those fork tender. So that's what you're also watching for. So do 45 minutes to 100. Let me start again. 45 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes. It may vary. And yes, you're going to have to cover it. It would be best if you did. So I'm going to take a little bit of foil, spray it, and put it on my pan. Which looks like a lot of foil that I wasted, but whatever. 45 minutes, I'm going to check it and see if it's done. That's me guessing. So 45 minutes to an hour and 10 minutes, and everything should be ready to go. All right, I'll be back here when it's finished. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. Did perfect. 45 minutes for me was perfect timing. Everything is done and the potatoes are tender. I paired it with some sweet peas or English peas, and that's going to be dinner for tonight. It makes a really good gravy, real thick and rich. So definitely going to make this again. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make a really quick taco casserole. This is a keto taco casserole, but you know, you can eat keto even if you're not on keto, and so we're going to just make this today. I wanted a taco casserole that didn't have rice in it, so you can also use rice cauliflower, but I didn't even want that either. So you are going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. 2 pounds of ground beef, chopped onion, chopped bell pepper. You're going to cook all that. We're going to drain it, which I've already done. You're going to place it in a 9x13 sprayed casserole dish. I'm going to go ahead and put some taco seasoning on this while it's in this pan. You don't have to do it that way, but I'm just going to do it this way. A little bit easier for me. 1 pack of taco seasoning, 2 pounds of ground beef, half of a bell pepper, which I left out because my husband hates them, and half of an onion. And then drain all that, put it in a 9x13 dish. Okay, I'm gonna get some of that off my spoon. Now, you're going to take 4 eggs. Hang on just a second and I'll show you. 4 eggs. You're going to crack 4 eggs in a bowl. You're going to add 1 cup of the cheese that you've decided to use for this recipe. We're using Fiesta blend. And we're going to stir it up in this bowl. I'm checking to make sure we got everything going. Yep. Really easy and simple and really easy on the budget. So go ahead and just pour these eggs. I don't think I'm supposed to put anything else in this. No. Pour these eggs over this. The eggs are very thick. I don't know why, but make sure you get all your cheese out, because a little bit of cheese that you're going to put on top of this, this is going to be it. So I'm going to just kind of spread this out a little bit with my fork. And then I'm going to take the rest of this and put our cheese on top. So basically it's taco meat, eggs, and cheese. A little bit of vegetable cooked in there. And then you're going to bake this for about, I don't even think I know. Let's see. 25 minutes until it's hot and bubbly. 1 cup of cheese stirred in, and top it with the other cup of cheese. I'm using Fiesta blend, but you don't have to do that. You can use cheddar or whatever cheese you have on hand. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then whenever this comes out of the oven, we will garnish it with some chopped tomatoes and, you know, different things. So, high protein meal, takes pennies to make. I will show you the finished product in just a few. 25 minutes, 350 degrees. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I put it on a bed of lettuce. I know you're sitting there going, but it has eggs in it, but I don't see where the eggs are really an issue at all. So I went ahead and put it on a bed of lettuce. We're going to treat this just like a regular taco casserole that we typically would do. I've chopped up a few tomatoes. I try to dice them up, not fine, but not really big chunks. So we got those. I have some sliced black olives that I've left over from another meal. We'll put that on there. And let me get my sour cream because I forgot to grab it. We'll put that on there. That's always yummy. Little dollop of sour cream right on top there, and some green onion. So perfect meal. You can also put it on a bed of like corn chips or tortilla chips, but very filling, full of protein, and you know, some chips and some queso on the side. Not a bad idea either. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.